Hey, welcome back to Driven by Purpose. I'm your host, Rudy Rudiger, and today I'm joined by a great guy named Steve Hasenmueller. And boy, out there, we're going to have fun. Welcome back to the show. And I got to tell you, Steve, we have some good questions for you. And I don't mind asking them.
I don't mind answering them.
And I let's have some fun, though.
Okay.
Let's not get serious.
Us don't.
Only when it's supposed to.
All right.
But, you know, there's a moment in your life, Steve, early or recent, what doesn't matter, when something that shifted inside you that gave you a sense of deeper purpose. What was that?
Well, it's actually kind of recent because, you know, we spend our whole careers trying to be successful. You know, that's pushing
What
the
do you do, by the way?
I'm in sales. I've been in sales my whole life. So now I have a sales training company, but I don't work tradition. I worked traditionally for a company for 30 years.
Good for you.
And, you know, at the end of that 30 years, we got bought out by private equity, right? So you really don't have to work anymore. You know, it's like, so the deeper purpose being, okay, what am I going to do now? I got 20 years left, you know?
So you started this company.
I got in early with them.
Wow.
So we were, you know, and I felt very fortunate looking back to people change jobs so much, but I was with the company for 30 years. We built it from nothing to something great that, you know, then we were able to sell it and everybody, but then you look around and go, okay, what am I going to do? So, you know, I think of guys like myself, because we were in a, small industry economy, salespeople that struggle. And so to try to help people shorten the curve, man, it took me 40 years to figure things out. So I want to shorten the curve for others. But at the same time, I'm not trying to make another career and I'm not trying, so what am I going to do? So I started a company, but what we do with our company, though, is I live in Belize, Central America now. That's where we're based now.
Okay.
But you have to start paying for school in 7th grade in Belize. $500 a year, which is equivalent of $5,000 a year in the U.S. So if you think about you
live where?
Belize, Central America, paradise. I live in paradise.
You are in paradise.
I am, yeah. Palm trees in Caribbean every day.
Like every day.
That's nice. I mean, it gets into your blood. Palm trees in the Caribbean Ocean gets into your blood. I've never been much of a beach guy, but I love it.
Wow.
I have a golf cart. That's my old
Navy. I love the Caribbean.
All right.
Nice, smooth.
Yep.
Blue.
Beautiful, great people.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So anyway, they got to pay for school.
You get off track.
They got to pay for school, and a lot of people can't afford it. So a lot of kids can't go to school. So, on my company, we make money, and then we provide scholarships to a great group of people out of Oregon, Full Basket Belize, ex-Peace Corps. They've been at this for a long time. And so they do everything and I just give them money. And then they provide educational scholarships. And actually my wife's on the board now and we have set up, they've always wanted to offer a new type of scholarship for sixth form, whatever that is. Yeah. And they never had the money. So we have set that up. My wife's son passed away tragically in 2018. Great educator, a great musician, great guy. And so we have a Sean Hunton Memorial Scholarship now. So anyway, that gets me up in the morning because now, believe me, anyone who hires me doesn't care where I'm doing with my money. So I had to go, some guy tell me, I don't care what you do with your money. Meaning, I need you to deliver the goods for us. You do whatever you want with the money. But that is the purpose of why I'm even sitting here is to help education through education. Help young or anybody, salespeople who want to get better. Seth Godin says that in his experience, 90% of all salespeople are below average. So there's some room for improvement in this world. So help salespeople get better and while at the same time benefiting a developing country.
Well, I love your energy.
Yep, that's my purpose.
It's not only awesome, but you have a why that you have earned and a why that you know. So how do you live and lead to connect with others like that? I mean, how do you do that?
So, I have, in my 40 years of being in sales training, which is a word that really doesn't mean anything, what does it mean? I see people that didn't make it, that burned out or flatlined, that just didn't have sustainable careers. So I think a lot about sustainability. Yeah. How do you go for the long haul? How do you be successful? And I really didn't know the answer for a long time, but it's been a rhetorical question of why are so many people below average? Right. But it's because whatever work we do, it has to be value-based. Yeah. We have to have values. And I'll just give you a few that will work for your work. Perseverance. Don't quit when things get tough. Right. Talking to Rudy, you know about perseverance. Accountability. It's on me, man. It's on me. Whatever occurs, good or bad, it's on me. Diligence. Consistent effort. Discipline. Do what you need to do. Get up. Make your bed, man. Do the right things. Dress nice. And then
I like the way you
integrity. So, but if your work is based on that, not based on what you think a salesperson is, but if it's based on values, then you can do well. And then you balance that with principles, with life principles, physical, mental, spiritual, relational, financial. These things don't take care of themselves. You can do great at work, but if your health is terrible, guess what? So what?
Or if you miss one of those.
Yeah, you don't want to. I always ask people, which one you want to take an F in? Give yourself a grade. Which one you want to take an F in? Because you can have all the money in the world and your relationships are terrible. What's it matter? Doesn't matter, right? So anyway, those two things can help growth.
I love that. Yeah.
And it is about growth. You can't quit. You can't stop.
You're contagious. And it's real. It's not fake. Because you've done something in your life, what you're experiencing. You haven't shared this publicly, I don't think. What that helped you realize how powerful your purpose is. Have you shared that publicly?
Well, I don't even like to think about that. I mean, but it is, and I know you've had this experience way more than I would. That odd moment when someone walks up and says, "Man, you changed my life." And you don't even remember doing anything, or you don't even remember doing anything special. It's like, man, you had such an impact on my life. I just want to say thank you. So that odd moment is what keeps you going.
It does. It keeps you alive.
Yes. And
doesn't it?
Yes. And so realizing that quite a few years ago, I thought back, okay, all the people in my life that had influence. And so I went and thanked all the ones that I could. And I missed a few because I waited too long, right? So that's part of my message too, is like, say thank you to the people that helped you, so that, because we all have the opportunity to impact others positively. It's actually a sacred responsibility, though that may sound a little crazy, but we can be such a tremendous impact on the people around us, and it's really our responsibility. So we got to take care of ourselves. We got to take care of our values. We have to live a good life so we can be that person. Jim Rohn says your life can be held up either as an example or a cautionary tale. I want to be an example.
Ask you. Okay, I listened to a lot of speakers, and I like Les Brown. And I love Zig Ziglar.
Yep, those guys,
when
best.
Those first seminar I ever went to was Zig. He had 25 people there, but he grew because he's so genuine. I think that was the key.
Right. Authentic.
And there were certain people that are very good, very good, very good. I never connected to, but I'm not mentioning names, but kind of like Les Brown and Zig Ziglar's are the ones that really drove my purpose of. Because I went up to, I was selling insurance. And as I was selling insurance, like you said, I wanted to be up on that stage. And I could never get it up on that because I was never number one. It bothered me. But I said, wait a minute, I contributed, man. That guy wouldn't be up there unless I did my job, right? And I'm never reckoning. But that guy up on that stage was having fun, the speaker. So I was like you. I was very excited. I went up to him, said, I want to do what you do. And he says, what did you do to come up here? What have you? I said, good question. What did you do in order to get to where you got? But the question I had to ask myself, now wait a minute, I said, I made a tackle. And I did make this tackle, and it was only one tackle, but my journey was the answer to the tackle. And he says, I don't understand that. But years later, I'm on the same stage with that same guy.
No doubt. I mean, how much work did you put in to make that tackle? I mean, how many practices?
It's the tackle.
It's about, I know,
a journey.
Exactly. It's like, even if you go run a marathon, it's like, it's the work you put in to accomplish that. It's not the event
earlier.
It's the work you put into it.
The work you put into it. You're building a legacy. And whether you're where you live now or whether you live here, so people won't forget who you are. Never.
I don't know how important that is, but helping others get a leg up. See these young, bright kids who now have a chance. I mean, without education, there's no chance for anybody, for any of us.
Knowledge. I wouldn't say education.
Well, okay.
Education is misguided. It's knowledge. If you want to be a plumber, get the knowledge.
Right.
You want to be a doctor, get the knowledge. You want to be an accountant, get the knowledge.
And then put in the reps.
Because education, they don't teach you what you should know.
I got you.
Right? So my whole point, I have a problem with that.
All right, you got a problem with that word. I'm using it interchangeably, so I'm with you 100%.
No, but your knowledge is so important. And, look, there's a lot of things we go through. There's seasons of challenge and growth. And when we go through that, how do you stay rooted with your why that you had when you changed your attitude of what you had to do to be what you wanted to be? I mean, you had a company, worked for a company, they sold it, so you had to find another way to keep this going that you're excited about and passionate about.
Right. I'm fine. But I'm in my 60s now, right? So we think that's old until we get older, and then we're like, hey, that was pretty doggone young.
I'm in my late 70s.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say, man, you're too old. I said, I'm just starting.
Right. That is a fact.
Because they quit dreaming
and quit growing. Yep. But anyway, are you familiar with Stoicism, memento mori? I mean, we could die any day, Rudy. We could go tomorrow.
Right.
Right? Nothing is guaranteed. You could go tomorrow. So if that's the case, then I got to do the best I can today. I got to do what I can today.
Okay, you're bringing me up to this. I explained this earlier. Someone says, we got to be great. No, we don't. We got to be awesome. Being great is so misrepresentative because there's only one person that's great, and it's not you, it's not me, it's him. But we chase perfection is one thing, but we're going to get discouraged along the way. But if we learn how to be awesome every day, like work habits, ethics, just get better, be a good teammate, be a good father, be a good buddy, be a good husband, be a good brother, be a good sister.
That is purpose. That's being on purpose. I think of that more than I think about having a purpose. I think about being on purpose.
Yeah. I mean, isn't that the truth?
And you talk about being great. Thomas Merton said, if you want to be great, give up all aspirations of being great.
That's it.
Meaning if you can name it, it's not it.
It's not it. But if you can be awesome.
Yep.
You know what kept me going at Notre Dame? A coach by saying you were awesome today. I wasn't great, but I was awesome.
Yeah.
Right?
Right on.
Those little, I learned that and it inspired. I get a lot of people like you do that comes up to you and say, man, you really helped me. And sometimes you don't realize that. But we can't take ourselves serious because we have to be humble. Well, what makes you humble?
Well, I'm here to serve, man. What can I do for somebody today, as that might sound? I'm here to serve. I'm here to inspire if I can. I'm here to love hard times, man. Yeah. People, they're so divided and whatever. And then I want to live my own truth, whatever that might be.
Oh, people are divided. Why do you think people are divided?
Lack of knowledge. Because, I mean...
How about lack of love, lack of understanding?
Wouldn't that be knowledge? If I knew enough, I would love more, man. I'd do better.
How about if we eliminate the power and the money and let everybody have what they need? Not over.
There's definitely...
You don't need 3 cars. You need 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know? Yeah. You don't need a big house. You need a nice house.
Yeah, good luck selling that.
It's hard, is it?
Yeah. What's the world tell you? The world tells you material resources will give you happiness, and anyone who doesn't even get close.
You make me happier knowing where you live, bro. You're away from the nonsense.
Yeah. Yeah, it's calmer, it's quieter, but there's struggles and challenges down there, just like everywhere.
What you do,
yeah.
You know, you're going to have that. But there's like I say, what keeps you rooted for the why? And you got your challenges of growth. And when you keep yourself rooted and you need to help someone for their why, what do? Do you become a good listener or do you become a good talker?
I think you just have to accept it. I believe the best sermon is a good example. I mean, that really is what I'm trying to live my life in such a way to be an example or, for others. And it's going to be value-based and principles. And I don't get off that even when I talk to people. When I do sales training, they expect me to tell you how to close a sale. I'm going to tell you how to live a good life so that you can close a sale and everybody's happy. There's 2 winners to everything.
When people trust you, it's a whole different...
Yep, and that's harder than ever. Yep. And then you need to earn that trust. It needs to be legitimate.
Earn it. I like the name Earn It. Because once people like you, though, they'll trust what...
They'll be happy, yeah.
Be happy. I could say that's how people ask me, well, how'd you get the movie mess? I don't know. I just failed a lot. So we got to teach our kids how to fail.
No doubt about it.
Why failure? I'm not saying you go out and look for failure.
Nope.
But when you fail, you're going to learn from that. Get back up and keep moving.
When you look back and you're like, oh my God, that terrible thing that was so terrible changed the whole trajectory of my whole life and it wasn't that bad.
You find people who are trying to uncover their purpose. What question do you ask them?
Well, like I said, I instead of purpose is a big question and it bogs people down.
It does.
And so it's more being on purpose. What are you doing? What is in your control? What are you doing today that's in your control? Our thoughts, our words, our actions, our reactions. That's all that we control. And just focus on that every day.
What if that person never found their purpose?
Well, you can still be a good friend, a good husband, a good father. You can be a good colleague. That is a purpose because it's hard. It's easier not to.
Telling them that, explain that to them. They think they're programmed differently.
Some people just aren't coming, Rudy.
No, they're not.
I speak to the 10% that want to get better and don't know how.
You know what? That's the key, what you just said. Not everybody wants you to be successful. Not everybody wants you to be who you want to be. So they're going to stop you through what? Fake information.
Yeah. Or shortcut.
And bully you and tell you how to get there. We all fell in that trap.
Yeah.
That's how we learned.
Yeah.
And the thing and that I learned is by being around people. I learned so much from you in this session by the little things we talked about were very big.
Yeah, it is. The little things aren't the little things.
Huge.
The little things are everything.
It is. It's like, I don't know, people wanted to get in touch with you today. What would they do and how would they do it? And what would you want?
Yeah. Well, I have these, I have this long way to tell you my website.
Yeah.
Or my email is that I basically even with every salesperson in the world talking about purpose, we got to strip it down to the basics. We got to strip it down to the basics. And it's progress, not perfection. We just want to make progress a little bit every day. Drip, drip, drip. Everything compounds.
Yeah.
Right? So those drips over time turns out to be big. So I got these 3 pillars of progress. We're stripping it down, and then we'll build from there. Number 1, anything worth achieving requires effort.
Right.
So get that. That sounds simple. It is simple. It doesn't mean it's easy. Understand that anything you want in your life, it's going to require effort, probably more and longer than you think or plan on. Second thing, today is the most important day of your life. Sounds like rah-rah, but how many friends do you have that aren't alive anymore, right? Because you don't know. We all never know. We can't do anything about yesterday. We don't know. Tomorrow's uncertainty at best, but we know today. What can I do today? I'm come talk to Rudy today. It's like, what can I do today? And then the last one is every day's a presentation. Every day's a presentation. If you have to give up, presentations are meant to inform, persuade, inspire, or motivate. If you have to give one, you're going to think about it. You're going to plan. You're going to get a good night's sleep. You're going to look nice. You're going to try to articulate. You're going to try to make it different. Well, that's every day. And it's not just work. It's every day. It's for your wife. It's for your husband. It's for your coworkers. Every day's a presentation. So my effort today on my presentation is going to be the driver that gets me where I want to go.
I could see that.
So my email is steve@effort-today.com. That's the name of my company. It's Effort Today.
Effort.
Steve@effort-today.com.
Okay.
Efforttoday.com, but with a hyphen.
We'll make sure that goes up.
LinkedIn is in my name, Steve Hasenmueller, and I have a YouTube channel, Steve Hasenmueller Sales, but it's really short videos explaining these concepts.
I love it.
That I talk about.
I love those videos. I love it because you make it sound common sense, because that's basically what
it's available for everyone.
It's available. It's not hard. You don't use the big words or the big sentences, or you need 10 rules to succeed.
That's that public school education.
Yeah. You talk, and some speakers go out there, here's your 10 rules to succeed. Well, what if I miss 4 of them?
Yeah.
What happens?
Right.
So you're already defeated. But if you're doing what you love to do, you're gonna fail a lot.
No doubt about it.
And you're gonna learn a lot.